What's going on, NFL fans, Atlanta Falcons fans? So yeah, just got in from the draft party. As we all know, or if you don't know, Atlanta Falcons selected Michael Penix Jr., number 8 overall, quarterback out of Washington. Um, Kind of been a little flack about the pick from fans, national media, whatnot. So just trying to be objective and kind of look at what maybe Atlanta was thinking when they made the pick. My first initial reaction was, I definitely wanted to go defense. Wouldn't I mean I would have rather went wide receiver than was gonna go quarterback. But I mean if there's gonna go offense, but kind of leading up into the draft, started to hear a few rumblings about Atlanta was doing a lot of research on Penix. They flew out to Seattle to see him throw privately. Um, And there was a lot of talk about having a succession plan because when Matt was here, we didn't do that the right way, and end up kind of being stuck with the last 2 years we had with Mariota and Ritter. So now that we have Kirk, I think it was big for them to kind of have the next guy in the building already to learn behind him, sit behind him, and be ready when their time is here. So with that being said, a lot of people kind of think you just signed Kirk to a big deal. Why go get a quarterback first who's not going to play immediately? Well, you kind of have to think in the future. Terry Fontenot, Falcons GM, and Raheem Morris, the new coach, kind of said they don't plan to be picking this high in the draft anymore. So if you're going to be winning games, you're probably going to be picking 19 to 20-ish range. You're not going to be in range for a quarterback. So if you fall in love with somebody that you like now, you have to go get them now. Um, yeah, would you have liked to get somebody in the first round more immediate if you kind of are in win now mode? Yes, but I mean, maybe they feel like there's other ways to address the needs that they have. You still got the second round. You got 2 picks in the third round. Um, Maybe you still could bring back somebody in free agency or pick up somebody, maybe somebody on the trade market. So that can just be a way of their way of looking at it. Of course, we all know what Penix. Um, just this draft in general was very quarterback heavy. We saw 6 quarterbacks go in the first round. And then this report right here from James Palmer says that the Seahawks, Saints, and Raiders all tried to get into the top 10 to get Michael Penix. So he was obviously sought after. It was a run on quarterbacks going with the first 3. Michael Penix being the 4th taken, and so McCarthy after him and Bo Nix. So Atlanta kind of had to get him right there. I know a lot of people say, why not just trade back and get him? I mean, these teams know when other teams are after somebody. So, like I said, if they fall in love with the prospect, they're just gonna go ahead and take them right there. As you see, is what it is. So, I mean, that's what I can say for their reasoning. Maybe I think it'll be a pick that people end up liking further down the road when he can actually get on the field. If Kirk Cousins does what he needs to do, then we won't see Penix on the field until about 2-3 years. And if Penix comes in and does what he needs to do, then you kind of have that Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love Packers kind of dynamic, which the Falcons have talked about they want to follow. Also, new Falcons offensive coordinator Zach Robinson, he talks about elite processors. He's talking about a guy who can stand there in the pocket, make throws. That's Michael Penix's game. Y'all can see the strengths that the NFL analysis have on him. Possesses enormous hands to control the football, sees pressure creeping up pre-snaps and gets himself protected. Um, Everybody talks about how the ball pops out his hand. Best deep ball thrower in the draft. Yes, the injury history was a question, but obviously him playing the last 2 seasons healthy and the medicals obviously turned back good. His pro day and whatnot. The team just wasn't concerned about it. A lot of people say about his age. Um, I mean, yeah, he is an older prospect due to the COVID year and whatnot, but Jaden Daniels is also an older prospect. Yes, he's coming in to start, but he's only going to be a little bit older, a few months older than Joe Burrow when he eventually end up starting. So he's not going to be too old. I think it's a good pick when you kind of sit back and actually think about it. Was it a bit of a reach at 8? If he turns out to be the guy in 2-3 years, nobody's going to care about when he was picked. It might look like a steal if he comes out and do what he needs to do. So Um, yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on it. Um, like I said, I was a bit questioning the pick because I had my line on some offensive guys or some defensive guys in the draft, but I can't too much say I hate the pick. I like the player. It was kind of just the position that they picked him in. Um, but when there's smoke around these guys pre-draft season, you need to believe it. A lot of guys had Michael Penix mocked to us, especially recently. Um, Arthur Blank, he wants succession plans at quarterback. That's what he got with Michael Penix Jr. Um, Kirk Cousins was notified right when we made the pick. Some reports came out that his agent kind of said that he was a bit upset or shocked or whatnot. Honestly, I don't think the Falcons necessarily owed it to Kirk Cousins to. I mean, it's cool to communicate with him because he is QB1, but Kirk knows that he only has 2-3 years left, and if he does his job, Michael Penix won't see the field. So I don't think that'll be a problem. It's all about being a professional in the business, and Kirk, I think he'll take him under his wing, and Michael Penix will have a good guy to model himself on and off the field under, and he can have good young targets by the time he gets in there because we have Bijan, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Darnell Mooney if he end up working out. So he'll have the weapons by the time he gets in. With him being left-handed, you might have to see about moving Caleb McGarry and possibly getting another right tackle because I wouldn't want McGarry protecting his blind side. But other than that, I mean, you guys can see from the highlights here, he has a cannon for an arm. So, you know, Atlanta Falcons fans, you guys have wanted a black left hand quarterback for the longest. No, he doesn't have the scrambling ability, but as far as electricity in the pocket with that arm, I'm telling you, I think he can bring that back to the city of Atlanta, and I think he can be the franchise guy. He's a leader. His teammates speak very highly of him, and his production on the field matches it all. So hopefully he can tie it together. Like I said, if Kirk does what he needs to do and we're in the playoffs, we won't be picking high to take a quarterback. And if Michael Penix comes in with his time is it to be quarterback one and does what he needs to do, nobody will be complaining about the pick. So I think it's a hate it now, love it later type of pick. But you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know who you think the Falcons should select round 2. Still got a lot of good talent on the board, defensive talent. So I'm trusting the regime, I'm trusting the front office to get it right. I believe they got it right with this pick, but it's gonna take some time to come around for the rest of the fan base. That's gonna be with anything that the Falcons do. So you guys let me know what you think about it down in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe, follow us on all socials, and until next time.